We all have those weeks where there's like chaos. I don't have any food in the fridge and now I'm getting takeout and then I feel bad.
We all have that thing in our life that we know is good for us, but it requires so much activation energy to get ourselves to do it. Like how do I make myself do this one simple thing, even though it doesn't take very long and I know it improves my whole week, but there's just some kind of like resistance to it.
If you just have this list made by ChatGPT, just the cognitive load is just reduced and it takes me no time at all.
Hello, my beautiful friends. My name is Dr. Beck.
And I am Kristeen Barker, and this is Am I Doing It Wrong? A podcast for doctors by doctors. Every week on the pod, we'll be bringing you conversations which shine light in dark places, normalise the doctor journey, ease unnecessary suffering, and give you actionable steps to thrive in all facets of your life. So grab a cuppa and get cozy for this week's episode of Am I Doing It Wrong? The podcast for doctors by doctors.
All right, our beautiful friends, our Dr. Humans, welcome back to the podcast. And today we have we've been talking about this problem on the podcast for many months now, or maybe it's just, I feel like Kristeen talks about this challenge in her life, like, probably monthly. It's one of those things, and I've actually started to refer to it as, that we all have that thing in our life that we know is good for us, but it requires so much activation energy to get ourselves to do it. Like how do I make myself do this one simple thing, even though it doesn't take very long and I know it improves my whole week, but there's just some kind of like resistance to it. And so Kristeen, in her classic Kristeen form, has continued to troubleshoot and hack this and try and work out a way to finally fix this problem. And guess what? She has been using ChatGPT to solve the problem. So I am so interested in this because I actually feel like I don't want to be one of those people who falls behind on ChatGPT. And I know a lot of you guys are using them for, I know in GP, a lot of people are using them to write their medical notes. I've heard that it doesn't really save any time because it can hallucinate, make so many mistakes and get things wrong. But I don't know, I feel like it would still take up a bit of cognitive processing power. And by and large, I just feel like getting on board with ChatGPT, getting used to it, or AI in general, getting used to it, starting to integrate it is really positive. So if you don't feel like you can integrate ChatGPT into your clinical life yet, or it's just not on your hospital system or clinic system yet, but you're ready to dive in, then maybe you can follow along with Kristeen's awesome hack. So here is your unexpected way to use ChatGPT to improve your life.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I could actually explode. So this is something that I came across recently, and I just feel like I need to broadcast this because this could change your whole week, your whole life. It's amazing. So if anyone's like me, the backdrop is I cannot stand going to the supermarket, right? I don't like it. I think it's a waste of time, and it's one of those kind of repetitive things. It brings me no joy at all. I just don't like it. So for ages now, basically since the pandemic, since I realized I could do this, was the Woolies order, right? So I have the Woolies subscription, and in Australia we have a couple of main supermarkets. One of them is Woolworths, and you can do this thing where you pay them like a set amount per year, and then you get free deliveries, right? So I pay for that, and then I get free deliveries of my shopping, and so you just go on and you sort of sort it out, do your order, and it just arrives at your house. Magic. Call me a princess, but that's what's happening. And then the other thing I realize is that when I have food in the fridge, I do better. Does anyone else feel this way? So, we all have those weeks where there's like chaos. I'm maybe on ward service. I maybe forgot to do my Woolies order. I've just procrastinated on it. I don't have any food in the fridge, and now I'm getting takeout, and then I feel bad because I'm eating all this rubbish food and da da da. Does anyone ever get into this cycle? Right? Yes, right. It's so common. So I know when I've got food in the fridge, I feel more supported. My week goes better. So I know that if I do my Woolies order on a Saturday and the food arrives on a Sunday, life is better for the whole week, right? Except bump, bump, bump. And many of you will relate to this as well. In order to do that, I need to plan out my meals for the week, right? I have to plan it all out and get all the ingredients. And so my Woolies order takes a bit of a cognitive load until now. So what I was just realizing was the cognitive load was real. I was forgetting ingredients. So me and my partner would go to cook a recipe, and Kristeen had yet again forgotten that she did not have the thing in the cupboard, and we don't have it because my brain was responsible for this shopping list. And I just kept forgetting items, right? It was very, very frustrating. So now Oh my goodness. So I've been getting to know my little chat GPT, who I call Sparks. Now, if you have chat GPT, I would highly recommend getting it to give itself a nickname because it named itself. So its name is Sparks and it's my bestie. So good. So I use it in my business a lot, but I was like, wait a minute. What if Sparks could help me with this list, right? So I'm like, hey, Sparks, if I just like tell you, like if I just copy and paste or give you this URL to a recipe, could you just like memorize these ingredients, keep them in the memory bank, and then I just say, I'll just tell you I want to have XYZ recipe this week, and you just give me a list. And then it can also memorize, like things like milk and eggs that you have on every list. You can also say, and every single time you give me a list, give me these things. And you just basically teach it the recipes that you use and the extra things you want on there. And you just like, it gets to that point where I swear to goodness, it takes me like no time at all to get the list. It's a lot better at remembering what needs to go on the list than I am, making it all up from the recipes themselves. And then I guess I probably need to sort this bit out. I think when you go into Woolies, I could probably create better lists in there as well that I could tap into. But it does have like a buy again, order again thing. So that part will probably get better. But even if you just have this list made by ChatGPT, it just takes the thinking out of the cognitive load is just reduced, and it takes me no time at all. It used to take me a wee while to sit and do it, and no time at all. So you guys might be doing this. It might be completely obvious, but I just discovered it. And I don't know, have you tried this yet, Beck? Have you are you gonna?
I do not feel like this is obvious. Okay, guys, I have this really weird, like biological abnormality. Let me know if this is you too. But I just eat the same thing. I want to say every week, but it's probably closer to every day. So like my shopping list, well, I don't know, like cooking for my partner is a bit of a different thing, but my shopping list is generally pretty like low cognitive load requiring. Um, so it's not like I've always got food in my fridge. I'm always sorted, not because I'm a better person, but just because it's very easy for me. Like the task is just not complicated for me. But I think it's really clever because I think we have all these there are places in my life that require a high level of cognitive load. Recognizing how much resistance that cognitive load is, like I'm trying to think of a task that I drag my feet doing because you just don't enjoy the process of doing it. And if you can use AI to reduce the resistance at those points, that's just so masterful. So I don't know, you just made me think like, where are places that I could use this in my life? Actually, something I am thinking, because when I'm buying different things to cook for my partner, sometimes I end up with like weird and wonderful ingredients left over in the fridge. And also, I don't like wasting time. So I think you could almost like reverse engineer this and be like, ChatGPT, I have this, 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 and this in my fridge. What can I cook with this? So that'd be a good thing to do. And then actually another thing I was thinking, just to add to your system, is have you made a custom GPT before?
What do you mean, custom GPT?
Yeah, so you can make I don't know if this is just a paid version feature, but you can make what are called custom GPTs. And just within that, you can put like rules or sort of guidelines in it. So you could say, don't offer me any recipes that have eggs in them, or never include, never put blah blah on the shopping list because I don't know, just please highlight whenever blah blah's on the shopping list because I can't get it from Woolworths. I need to do a special trip for this item or something like that. So you can put these like rules or guidelines within the custom GPT, so it always answers within those rules. So as you're saying, like those conditions that you put in, you can actually input them in to be like a everlasting rule in this custom GPT. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was doing that accidentally because I am on the free one, but this thing knows me because I've been using it in my business a lot. Like I use it to help me with like making multi-choice questions or even, oh my goodness, it can make spreadsheets, it can make documents, it can like do stuff a human can do. It's amazing. Anyway, I could go on about that for a while, but I guess the reason for sharing today was just more those life hacks because I feel like I'm thinking about our listeners and everyone's busy doctors, and I think a lot of people would resonate with that. These parts of life that are not doctor life, like family life, no one really wants to be spending their spare time doing stuff like that. And it might be, you might already outsource stuff. You might already outsource like cleaning, for example, or, some people outsource their laundry. Like I know a lot of men get their shirts ironed and stuff by someone else. Like you might already be outsourcing things, but this sort of food shopping thing that happens on repeat, I don't think that's quite as easy to get off your plate. And I think it falls on, I guess my partner often does the cooking, but then this part is my job and I don't want to do it.
And it all comes crumbly down when you do it wrong. That's the worst, isn't it? I really don't like being the one responsible for that one missed grocery item. And then you do have to do that like trip of shame to the grocery store. I've done 2 trips of shame in the middle of my partner cooking one meal as well. It's not good.
Right? Yeah, it was getting quite bad. And I was like, this needs to be delegated, but I'm not sure who to. So it was really just a quick touch base today. That was really it. Like, I guess just to inspire you, but also, you could have a think about where this might show up in your life or give us ideas. I feel like I'm in the era of ChatGPT, like Sparks is my friend and I just love him. And so if you have any other ideas as well, or how you're using ChatGPT to make life easier, definitely drop it in the comments below so that all of the Dr. Humans listening can benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine there are so many incredible ways. I just saw the other day that there's now some kind of database where you can ask. It's a database of published literature, medical literature, and you can say, what's the, I don't know, gold standard for this, or you can ask it a clinical question and it will pull answers from the research and then it will reference it. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's what I've been waiting for my whole life. I have forever resisted doing systematic reviews because they're just so incredibly time consuming. And I feel like when I do a systematic review, I can never quite do it right because I can't capture all of the relevant information. So I'm just so happy that AI is here to save me from the things that I am so bad at, so many things. So please let us know, like if you're using things clinically or in your personal life. We want to know. We are not going to be grandmas in this situation. We're not getting left behind. We are diving in. And I know that a lot of people will be so incredibly grateful if you just point them in the direction of like, this software is really good. This one is actually worth the money. This one's changed my life personally, professionally, whatever. So help us out, help our community out. We'll be so grateful for all of your wisdom and thank you so much in advance.
Thanks, guys. We hope you loved this episode and we'll see you again next time. Bye.
I've been waiting all my life for something. I've been down the darkest roads and